Welcome to Simply Explain All, where we dismantle empty financial promises and replace them with cold, hard mathematics and discipline. Most people drift through life without a map, hoping for riches, but lacking the specific coordinates required to actually reach them. We are told to dream big, yet we are rarely taught the engineering required to build the bridge to those dreams. Today, we are ignoring the hype and focusing entirely on the numbers that govern the mechanics of true financial independence. You do not have to wait until you are 65 to stop working if you understand how to manipulate the variables. Building wealth is exactly like building a skyscraper. It requires a solid foundation, a detailed blueprint, and unshakable structural integrity. The system we will discuss today is designed to withstand market volatility and personal crises through the power of calculated redundancy. There are no magic tricks here, only a sequence of logical steps that, when followed, produce a predictable and desirable result. The journey begins with absolute clarity, and that starts by defining your personal freedom number, the target you must hit. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. So we must first calculate exactly how much your current lifestyle truly costs. Take your annual expenses and scrutinize them, because this number is the baseline for the entire mathematical equation of your freedom. The rule of thumb is simple. Take your annual spending and divide it by 0.04 to find your number. This is known as the 4% rule, a safe withdrawal rate that historically ensures you never run out of money. Once you have this number, the vague dream of retirement becomes a concrete financial objective that you can actually track daily. Clarity eliminates anxiety because you no longer wonder if you are doing enough. You simply check your progress against the math. Now that we know the destination, we must determine the speed at which we travel, which brings us to savings rates. Most people save 10% of their income, which means they must work 9 years to fund 1 year of freedom. At a 10% savings rate, the mathematics dictate that you will work for 50 years before you can safely retire. To compress decades into a single decade, you must embrace the 50% rule, saving half of every dollar you earn. Saving 50% does two powerful things. It rapidly builds your capital and simultaneously lowers the cost of your lifestyle. By learning to live on less, you reduce the freedom number required, moving the finish line closer to you instantly. Mathematics shows that at a 50% savings rate, the mandatory working time drops from 50 years to roughly 15 years. This is not about deprivation. It is about prioritizing your future freedom over temporary pleasures that provide no lasting value. Every dollar you do not spend is a soldier you recruit to fight the battle for your financial independence. When you save aggressively, you are literally buying back years of your life that would otherwise be sold to an employer. The discipline to say no to consumerism is the superpower that separates the wealthy from those who just look wealthy. However, saving alone is not enough. You must deploy that capital to work through the magic of doubling cycles. We use the rule of 72 to understand how fast our money multiplies based on the interest rate we earn. Divide 72 by your expected annual return to see how many years it takes for your investment to double itself. At a 10% return, your money doubles every 7 years, creating a powerful momentum that accelerates over time. The first doubling cycle is the hardest, but as the snowball grows, the volume of wealth generated becomes massive. In the later years, your investment returns will likely exceed your annual salary, meaning your money works harder than you. This is the definition of passive income, earning money while you sleep because you built a system that operates independently. Time is your greatest asset in this equation, so starting the doubling cycles early is more important than starting big. You are planting seeds today that will provide shade and fruit for your future self 10 or 20 years from now. Within a 10-year focused period, you can experience multiple overlapping doubling cycles that completely transform your financial reality. To fuel this engine, you need a two-pronged strategy. Aggressive offense to earn more, and solid defense to spend less. Offense is about increasing the size of your shovel. You must actively find ways to boost your primary income stream. Start a side business, learn a high-value skill, or create content. Do whatever is necessary to raise your earning ceiling. Invest in yourself first, because increasing your market value is the fastest way to generate more capital for investing. A larger income allows you to fill your investment buckets faster, accelerating the timeline of your doubling cycles significantly. However, offense is useless if your defense is weak and you allow lifestyle inflation to consume your new earnings. Defense means keeping your expenses flat even as your income grows, widening the gap between what you earn and spend. You must guard your capital against the temptations of society that are designed to separate you from your money. Being frugal is not about being cheap. It is about being efficient and ensuring every dollar is allocated effectively. Your defense builds a fortress of security around you, ensuring that no external economic shock can destroy your lifestyle. With a strong gap between income and expenses, we must now construct a portfolio that is robust and diversified. Focus on assets that have a history of appreciation and cash flow, such as index funds and rental properties. Avoid high-interest debt like the plague. It is reverse compound interest that works tirelessly to destroy your wealth. You cannot swim forward if the current of debt is dragging you backward faster than you can stroke. Diversification is your safety net. Never bet your entire future on a single stock or a single speculative asset. Educate yourself on the basics of asset allocation so you can manage your own portfolio with confidence and low fees. Passive index investing allows you to capture the growth of the entire market without the stress of picking winners. Reaching the number is only half the battle. You must also prepare your mind for what happens after you quit. Many people achieve financial freedom only to find themselves depressed because they lost their sense of purpose and identity. You are retiring to something, not just from something. You need a clear vision of your ideal daily life. Financial freedom buys you time, but it is up to you to fill that time with meaning, connection, and health. Start building your post-work identity now, so the transition is a joyful liberation rather than an identity crisis. Your purpose will be the lighthouse that guides you through the decades of freedom you have worked so hard to buy. The plan is simple, but the execution is difficult. It requires relentless consistency over a long period of time. There will be days when you want to quit, when the market crashes, or when spending seems more fun than saving. During market downturns, you must have the steel resolve to keep buying, knowing that you are purchasing assets on sale. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it, for 10 straight years. The trade-off is undeniable. Sacrifice 10 years of luxury now to gain 40 years of absolute freedom and autonomy. Imagine the feeling of waking up on a Monday morning with zero obligations, knowing your bills are paid forever. This reality is available to anyone willing to respect the math, control their behavior, and execute the strategy daily. The theory is complete. The only variable remaining in this equation is your willingness to take the first step today. Do not let this just be another video you watch. Let it be the catalyst that changes your financial destiny. Thank you for watching Simply Explain All. Execute this plan relentlessly, and you will trade 10 years for 40 years of freedom. Let us dig deeper into a hidden enemy called inflation, which silently erodes the value of your cash every year. Holding cash is not safe. It is a guaranteed loss of purchasing power, which is why investing is mandatory, not optional. Your investments must grow faster than inflation to maintain your standard of living in the distant future. We all feel inflation at the grocery store. Your portfolio is the only shield that can expand to match rising prices. Before investing aggressively, ensure you have a liquid emergency fund to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses. This fund prevents you from selling your investments at a loss when life throws unexpected problems at you. Think of cash savings not as an investment, but as an insurance policy that protects your long-term compounding machine. Understanding the tax code is another form of defense. Utilize tax-advantaged accounts to keep more of what your money earns. Every dollar saved in taxes is an extra dollar compounding for you, accelerating your freedom timeline by years. Proper insurance coverage is essential to prevent a single medical event or accident from wiping out your net worth. Protect your downside risks first, and the upside growth of your portfolio will take care of itself over time. One of the highest ROI activities you can do is learning how to negotiate your salary effectively. A single conversation can add thousands to your annual income, which compounds into millions over a career. If you want to earn more, solve bigger problems, money is simply a byproduct of the value you provide. Scale your impact through technology or media to disconnect your time from your money and increase your earning potential. Social media is a highlight reel that triggers envy. Do not let other people's spending habits dictate your financial goals. Stay in your own lane and run your own race. Comparison is the thief of joy and the enemy of wealth. If you have a partner, you must be aligned on these goals. A financial tug-of-war will sink the ship. Work together to double your offense and optimize your defense, making the journey to freedom faster and more enjoyable. Break the cycle of financial illiteracy by teaching your children the value of money and the power of compound interest. Instilling the habit of delayed gratification in the next generation is the greatest inheritance you can leave them. Do not blindly follow the advice that buying a home is always better. Run the numbers for your specific situation. Sometimes renting and investing the difference yields a higher net worth than owning a home with a large mortgage. Cars are wealth destroyers. Minimize your transportation costs to keep more capital working in your freedom fund. Let someone else pay the depreciation premium. Buy quality used goods and keep the difference for your future. Your health is your primary asset. Without it, all the money in the world cannot buy you freedom or joy. Investing in your physical health reduces future medical costs and ensures you are alive to enjoy your wealth. Remove willpower from the equation by automating your savings and investments to happen the moment you get paid. When the system is automated, you cannot forget to save, and you are less likely to spend money you never saw. Review your portfolio once a year to rebalance, selling what is high and buying what is low to maintain risk. Stop checking your portfolio daily. Short-term volatility is noise that triggers emotional mistakes and unnecessary stress. When the market goes sideways, you are accumulating more shares at lower prices, setting up for the next boom. History shows that despite wars, pandemics, and recessions, the global economy expands and markets rise over the long term. Betting on the stock market is simply betting on human innovation and our collective desire to improve our lives. Consider geo-arbitrage, earning a strong currency, but living in a place with a lower cost of living. This strategy can instantly double your savings rate without requiring you to earn a single extra dollar. Surround yourself with people who share your values. The FIRE community is full of resources and encouragement. You may need to distance yourself from friends who pressure you to spend or mock your ambition to be free. True wealth is not about owning luxury items. It is about having total control over how you spend your time. Financial independence gives you the power to say no to toxic jobs, bad bosses, and situations that drain you. With a financial cushion, you can take calculated career risks that often lead to even greater success and fulfillment. The ultimate return on investment is peace of mind, knowing you and your family are safe no matter what happens. Beware of one more year syndrome, where you keep working despite hitting your number because of fear. Trust the math you have built. When you hit your number, have the courage to claim the freedom you earned. Be flexible with your spending in retirement. If the market drops, cut back slightly to preserve your capital. Retirement does not mean you never earn money again. It just means you don't have to work to survive. Ironically, when you work for passion rather than a paycheck, you often end up making money anyway. Your journey can change the trajectory of your entire family tree, creating generational wealth and wisdom. Financial freedom allows you to be more generous with your time and money, supporting causes you care about. Happiness comes from progress. Seeing your net worth grow and your timeline shrink provides immense satisfaction. Do not make yourself miserable today for a better tomorrow. Find a balance where you enjoy the journey too. Celebrate the small milestones along the way. The first 10,000 is just as important as the first million. Keep your financial life simple. Complexity is often a mask for inefficiency and a way to hide fees. I repeat, automation is the key. Set up your financial machine once and let it run in the background. Commit to lifelong learning. The rules of money change, and you must stay informed to protect your wealth. Be skeptical of gurus selling secrets. The path to wealth is boring, slow, and open to everyone. Good investing should be boring. If you're looking for excitement, go to a casino, not the stock market. Pick a proven strategy and stick to it. Jumping between strategies is the fastest way to lose money. Optimize your tax situation legally. It is your duty to pay what you owe, but not a penny more. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Do not wait for the perfect plan or the perfect market conditions. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction every time. Every day is a new opportunity to spend less, earn more, and invest the difference for your future. Look how far you can come in just a few years of focused effort. The transformation is worth the sacrifice. Financial freedom is not a privilege reserved for the lucky few. It is a right available to the disciplined. Be the one who breaks the chain of poverty in your family and sets a new standard for generations. Remember step 1. Calculate your freedom number so you have a crystal clear target to aim for. Remember step 2. Aggressively save 50% of your income to compress your working years into a decade. Remember step 3. Play both offense with your income and defense with your expenses to maximize the gap. Remember step 4. Invest that gap into productive assets that compound and double over 7 to 10-year cycles. Remember step 5. Execute relentlessly and prepare your mind for the freedom that awaits you at the finish line. Your future self is begging you to start today, to make the hard choices now so they can be free. Whether you are 20 or 50, the principles remain the same. Start from where you are with what you have. You are not alone in this journey. Millions are walking this path with you, sharing their wins and lessons. If this video gave you clarity, share it with someone you care about so you can build freedom together. Subscribe to Simply Explain. All for more no-nonsense guides on mastering your money, your mind, and your life. We believe in your ability to master these numbers and create a life of absolute freedom and abundance. The math works if you work the math. Take the first step, calculate your number, and begin the climb. Freedom is waiting for you on the other side of discipline. Go out there and claim it for yourself. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us. We hope this guide serves as your map to freedom. This has been a Simply Explain All production, dedicated to simplifying the complex world of finance for everyone. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye and good luck.